So today I'm setting up the Bucatstate 3.0 for my hedgehog. I'm upgrading him to this to give him a bit more space. I'm going to start off with a fleece liner. This has got guinea pigs on, but I don't think you can tell, and I think it's super cute. Then I'm going to add in his hide. The one thing about how I have my Bucatstats is because I stack them and have stuff on top, I can't use the top for access, so I've got to go in through the door. So it does mean for some bigger items it can be a bit tricky, but luckily the doors on the 3.0 are bigger than 2.0, so it is a bit easier getting stuff in and out. But for the hide, I'm going to have to put it in and then build it inside. So I said this is for my African Pygmy Hedgehog, Ed. Although many people keep them in vivarium style setups, I'm going to try him in the Bucatstate. My whole pet room is temperature controlled, so I know that this will still stay stable for him and it won't get too hot or too cold. So I think it will work well for him, and it's got air vents in the side and the top. But obviously we'll see how he likes it long term. He has been living in a cryptonation up until now, so I think he'll be okay. But obviously I'll keep a close eye on him as he adjusts to his new setup. The hide here is quite big for a hedgehog, but I like to use it to put all his snuffle stuff in, so he can actually move around in there and dig around if needed. So this is his cozy hide. I haven't actually washed this. This is just so he's got a few things that smell of him in his new setup to try and make the transition a bit easier for him. I do like using fleece items for my hedgehog. They seem to suit him really well. I'm then going to add in this litter tray. This is cute. It's got the substrate underneath and then a little grill to hopefully keep any urine or anything off his paws, and then I can use the top bit to empty out the poop nice and easily. Because hedgehog poop is stinky, and I'm hoping this top layer will just make it a bit easier keeping on top of it. Next up, I'm going to add his large wheel. This I have cleaned because it gets covered in poop. Hedgehogs are a little disgusting at times, but it's a great way for them to exercise. Even wild animals have been shown to use an exercise wheel if offered, so this is really essential for many small pets. Next up, we're going to add in some snuffle mats. I find these great for enrichment. You can scatter feed in it, scatter treats in it, and he gets to snuff around and find them out and use his lovely sense of smell. Adding enrichment like this will really give your hedgehog a better quality of life and keep them entertained and stimulated. As always, we want them to thrive, not just survive. Gonna add in this bendy tunnel. I think this is great for him. It's a great size, and you can turn it around in lots of different combinations, so it keeps it varied. Although sometimes cleaning his poop out from between the little ridges can be a bit of a nightmare, but he is definitely worth it. Gonna add in a soft tunnel. I like to provide my hedgehogs with a semi-cluttered setup, as this makes them more confident moving around, but we don't want to overcrowd us. We want to give them space still. Next up, I'm gonna add in his little snuffle tin. This is just a little tin with random objects in. This is another form of enrichment. Again, I can sprinkle his food or treats in here, and he has to snuffle through the objects to get to the treats or foods, which I think he does enjoy doing. I like using the pot for live insects as well, because they'll drop down to the bottom so they can't get out, but he can enjoy getting them. Gonna add in some soft toys for him, his little hedgehog toy, and a few different crinkly toys for different enrichments and different textures. I've then got this super cute puzzle feeder. I think this is actually made for rabbits and hamsters, but I find that he can also use it, as if I put the treats in the little pots, he can then use his nose to turn around the tops. So it works really well for him. Anything to add enrichment and make him work for his food so he doesn't get bored. Then got his little water bowl. and some extra little bowls. These are an adorable little trio. I mean, they're just so cute. I like to provide him with a couple of sources of water. Because I use bowls rather than bottles, these can get knocked, or if you put something in them, they can get a bit mucky. So I like to give him a couple of sources of water, and then I feed him dry food, and then also supplement that with bugs and other items. So I like to have a couple of food bowls as well when I'm not using his puzzle feeder or snuffle mats, that is. Before I pop him in, I'm going to fill up his water bowls. This yellow one's really great because it's got a bit of a reservoir at the top, whereas it's then got a smaller opening, so I find it gets a little less messy but still gives him a good source of water. But I do like to give him a good old-fashioned bowl as well. For tonight, I'm just going to put his food in his normal bowl just whilst he gets used to his new setup, as he'll have lots of exploring to do tonight already. Then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this top bit of the hide as a bit of storage. He won't be able to get up on this, and I have a lot of animals, so I like to use every bit of storage space I can because a lot of animals come with a lot of supplies, and I've collected a fair few over the years. Of course, this is once I figured out how to put this top on. So as I mentioned, this is the Bucatstate 3.0. It is 120 centimeters by 60 centimeters by 60 centimeters. I have previously used the Bucatstate 2.0, which is 100 centimeters by 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters for my hamsters and gerbils. But this is the first time my hedgehog will be in this sort of setup. But I will also be releasing videos showing me setting up my gerbils and my hamsters in the same sort of enclosure, so do hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see that, or if you just like any sort of animal content. And yes, this top bit might look a bit cluttered, but as I said, you've got to get the storage where you can, and I don't like to waste any space, and I know where everything is, so it works for me. But I'm quite happy with how this all turned out. I'm hoping Ed will be happy too. So let's pop him in and see how he likes his new home. Here he is. He is an albino African pygmy hedgehog, so he is absolutely stunning. I've had him a few months now, so we're still getting to know each other. But he's taming really nicely, and he's a lovely little chap. But as it's daytime, we won't bother him too much. And we'll let him go and see his lovely new home, which I hope you will enjoy. I'm also going to add in this snuggle sack to his hide, so it is super cozy in there, and he's got a couple of choices of where to sleep. And of course, he wants to go back to bed immediately. So here's the final setup. I think this will work really well, but we can adapt it as needed. And here the adorable little man is, all snuggled up, nice and safe. But if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, drop us a comment if you'd like, and let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see on the channel. But that's all for now. So I'm going to leave little Ed to settle into his new home, and I hope to see you guys in the future. Bye!